Hey, I'm standing here in Mike Sargent's data center. We've just spent the day here in Ormoc, Philippines, talking about how he outsources, how we outsource at my company. We've been exchanging tips. It's been a great day today. Did a lot of fun things together, got to know each other better. And now I'm going to share with you an interview that we did with Mike here in his data center, and learned a lot about how to outsource and increase our profit margins in property management by reducing costs. So watch this interview. Give me a little background about how you got started outsourcing.
Well, I started about 6 years ago, and I hired a VA from the Philippines, not knowing how to do it. So I just found somebody online. And that person is now my general manager. But my business, property management business, was a 650 homes. We had an office full of employees. I was overstaffed, and I wanted to reduce those operational costs. And so somebody suggested outsourcing to virtual assistants, and I got started. Ultimately had about 6 people working for me. And it worked so well for my company, and I just didn't hire. As people left my company, I didn't replace them. And I knew a lot of people at NARPA around the country that said, hey, this is working great for you. Is there a chance you could do this for me? So,
right.
So I monetized it. That's how I started this company,
yeah.
to offer the same benefits to other people that were very successful in my own company.
You know, that's almost identical to my story. You know, you and I both together have in the neighborhood of 150 people working together at our respective companies, and it started with me saying, you know what, I really want to do certain tasks well, and I feel like outsourcing is a better option for us. And so the next thing you know, we're providing service to hundreds of property management companies around America. It's a pretty exciting thing to do, isn't it?
Well, it is exciting. It's great. It really worked well for my company, and I have a lot of clients now. We both have clients, and we provide different types of services to actually kind of pretty much outsource almost everything that can be done except feet on the ground type stuff.
So a lot of people probably wonder why 2 competitors are sitting here doing a video, and the fact is, a lot of people say, hey, you know, VirtuallyIncredible, Todd's company, and Mike's company, HQ Virtual U, are competitors, and we're not. There's a little bit of crossover, but mostly, Mike, you do back office admin tasks.
Right.
You also answer calls.
Well, we answer mainline calls for a lot of companies, including my own company. Every
Right.
call that comes in gets answered here,
Right.
and a lot of that is maintenance. So it's not all just answering and transferring to the right person.
And you do after hours maintenance calls.
We take after hours 24/7.
What do you call that? The after dark?
That's after dark. That's called after dark.
Very cool.
So some of the people, you notice it is daytime, right? It's daytime here, which means it's nighttime there. So we're doing nighttime admin and taking emergency.
You know, at VirtuallyIncredible, we're answering leasing lines as our biggest service. And, you know, leasing lines is a very specialized task, and it's a high volume type of job. And that's why I chose to do it, not necessarily a bunch of other types of calls. We're also starting to answer property management lead lines, because if you get somebody wanting to hire you for management and you don't answer the phone, it's not a good start to the relationship.
Right.
And then, of course, tenant screening and our video SEO services keep us.
Well, the stuff you do requires a special knowledge and training, and I'm happy to not have to do all of that stuff. I'm happy that you're doing that part of that segment of the industry.
So people say, hey, Todd, can you do this? Or Mike, can you do that? And just to let you guys know, if you have 1 or 2 specific tasks you need done at your management company, your staff are trained to do repetitive admin work using Appfolio, Propertyware,
Rent Manager, and
Property Boss.
Property Boss, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you handle that type of work, whereas with us, we say, hey, we can back up your leasing department by answering the phone, or we can be your virtual leasing department, answering all your phones and setting up virtual showings or unassisted showings where people let themselves in. We have a lot of people doing that successfully. And so let's talk briefly about what we see happening in our
Well, I'm
industry.
sorry, Todd, you've been in this a little bit longer than I have. I mean, you have been in maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years based because your video mastery product.
Yeah.
Now, how do you've got a good pulse on the industry. What do you see going forward? What's it going to be like?
So, it's funny. We see the Warren Buffetts and the hedge funds of the world kind of bringing a top-down influence into property management. They're buying up big players. They're trying to establish a national footprint. We also see franchise expansion. We've got RPM, we've got PMI, we've got Key Renter. There's a variety of excellent franchises out there that are growing rapidly. And so all of a sudden there's this organized growth in what has traditionally been a mom and pop industry. What I see happening, mom and pops are really struggling to keep up with the Joneses, as it were, because we have to learn how to systemize, bring economy of scale, and do everything as well as some of these larger scale national organizations can do.
Who centralize all of their everything, from leasing to admin. And they've got a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
We have to be able to keep up, right? As small business owners.
And that's what I'm seeing. We have a lot of great customers that are franchises, that are larger businesses, but we also have a lot of customers that are the small to medium-sized property management companies that love that we can help them put on a bigger image and bring some economies of scale to us. So anyways, I'm really glad that we had a chance to come out here and see your facility. Thanks a lot for hosting us.
Well, I'm glad you did. He came from Manila.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to get here. I mean, it's a couple stops. It's a couple of flights.
It was well worth it.
That's
Thank you.
great.
All right.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
And thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody. We're on video here.